Now then, it is time to talk about apprenticeships, and joining me in the studio, I have two men in the studio. I've got Jack Naylor, who's an apprentice. I'll be talking to him in just one moment. But joining me now is George Bowers. He is one of the directors of Positive Outcomes. Good morning, George.
Good morning.
Good morning. Now, tell me something about Positive Outcomes. What kind of organisation is it?
Well, it's a very friendly organisation. I think our learners would confirm that. But it was started around 15 years ago to help young people and adults make the most of their opportunities at work and their lives. Often we give people a second chance if they've not done very well at school or college. They can come and do an apprenticeship, a vocational qualification, and we started it to help people do those and achieve what they're capable of.
Now, I know that you've got UK-wide, but because we're Nottingham, let's focus on Nottingham City and Nottinghamshire.
Well, it all started here. I mean, the first work that Positive Outcomes did, it came into being, was actually in the north of the county. We began in Mansfield, but we were working for the Nottinghamshire Chamber of Commerce. And as they started to realise what we could do and to trust us, then our work spread out across the county, and eventually Nottingham-wide, then across the East Midlands and onwards and upwards from there.
So what kind of apprenticeships do you offer? Is it the traditional trades of plumbing and plastering, or is it wider than that?
No, I know a bit about plumbing, but that's another story.
Okay.
No, we work in the service sector. Most of our qualifications are focused on people working with people, customer service, distribution, retailing, IT, management, all those sorts of things. It's all about skills of people in commerce and industry dealing with other people, be they colleagues at work, external customers, whatever. So we're in the service sector, really.
Okay, so let's break it down to people, because you say the service sector, and you have mentioned some examples, but I want to make it really simple for people so that they do understand what it is that you're offering. So if I wanted to work in a shop, I can come to you.
Yes.
If I wanted to work in an accountancy office or an insurance office, can I come to you?
You can, yeah. We don't do accountancy qualifications, but we do, let's say, the people who face the customer in the first place, customer service. We do business and administration, the very important people that keep all the files straight and the computers working. We do computer using skills, so Microsoft Word, Excel, internet use, marketing around about that. We do distribution skills, which can be very important if you're dealing with customers, if your organisation sells things or provides a service, a repair service.
Which is very current nowadays, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, our economy is about service, and that's what it is. And then we can go on to help you become a team leader, good at dealing with your colleagues, or a manager. And in fact, we can almost go up to degree level with management qualifications now.
Okay. We might need some of those qualifications right here.
well, we're here. You have
Can I actually say that?
You have my card.
So these apprenticeships, are they just are they for a year?
Yes, generally some last a year, some last 15 months, some last 18 months. The management one possibly can be that. Now, of course, there are apprenticeships in lots of other sectors. There are apprenticeships in broadcasting, there are apprenticeships in media, and of course the traditional craft ones. There are, I don't know, close to 100 sectors in which apprenticeships are available at all sorts of levels, but the minimum length of time is a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there may be some people sitting down and going, oh yeah, but I mean, would an apprenticeship be of real use? Because we hear it on the news, but is it of real use in practical terms?
An apprenticeship is not about necessarily what you know. I have to say that I was never very good at exams. I'm more about learning by doing. And apprenticeships with a large vocational content is very much about what you can do. Once you've earned that qualification, you with confidence can go to apply for another job, for promotion, whatever, and the person who's wanting to employ you can be confident in knowing that you actually know what you're talking about and are able to put into practice those skills that you've learned while working through your qualification.
And do you find in your communication with people who are applying for apprenticeships and people who are actually undertaking them that the key thing is confidence?
Very much so. At Positive Outcomes, we always practice what we preach too. So we start with our own people in making them confident, as I'm talking to you, about what we do, so that they can pass on confidently that message to some people who are not so confident. We've had lots of examples over the years where we've helped young people and adults too become much more confident and succeed much more than they ever hoped to achieve in their jobs and their lives too.
Okay, well, we're talking to Jack in just a moment, but tell me a success story.
Well, Jack, you're going to talk to Jack. He's one of our success stories.
Yes.
Jack will tell you, and I don't want to steal his thunder, or else you'll have nothing to talk to him about. But
there must be other people that have come.
Oh, well, yes. There's one particular young man who I always, whose story I'm always keen to relate at times like this. He left school having not done very well, very lacking in self-confidence, and in fact couldn't even complete a decent interview, couldn't get a job. But he decided he needed to do something. Paul went to work as a volunteer in a charity shop. His manager in the charity shop saw a potential in him and gave him a part-time job. And luckily then he dropped, if you like, into our remit, and we were able to help him achieve a customer service qualification. Yeah. He eventually went on to manage that shop. He now manages 4 full-time staff, around about 50 volunteers, and in fact works with his regional manager in training other store managers. He won a national competition a few years ago, the National Apprentice of the Year. We took him off to London, where the Minister for Skills at the time presented him with his award, and he then for the next 2 years sat on various committees with people in government, people in our world, training and development, the media. He was doing broadcasts all over, and the difference in that young man in 5 or 6 years is just tremendous. But that's just one example, and again Jack will tell you how he was struggling before he began with this. But if we can't leave somebody more capable and more confident at the end of this programme, well, we may as well pack up and go home.
No, we're not going to pack up and
No,
go home.
not at all.
We're not going to do that.
No.
So, if anybody wants more information, what should they do?
Yeah. Well, if you're 16 to 18-year-old, we've got lots of apprenticeships. We have a dedicated website for 16 to 18-year-olds called Paid to Learn, paidtolearn.whatever, but Paid to Learn will find it. Of course, there's the Positive Outcomes website too, positiveoutcomes.org.uk, and we've got a phone number, if I can just find it here, which is 0845 643 5566.
0845
643
0845
yeah. 643 5566. And that'll put you straight through to one of our team at head office at Alfreton there, and they'll give you all the information that you want. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter as well, so there are all those places. There's no escape.
There's no escape. You've heard it here. There is absolutely no escape. If you would like to be an apprentice, all you need to do is to ring at that number. That's 0845 643 5566. We are talking about apprenticeships. If you want to find out more information, go to all the W's at positiveoutcomes.org.uk, and I'll also give you a telephone number to ring. Here it is, 0845 643 5566, 0845 643 5566. Now, joining me in the studio is Jack Naylor, who has undertaken a number of apprenticeships, and we're going to find out more. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, you all right?
97.5.
That's me. Don't. I'm still doing an apprenticeship here at Kemet FM. You can tell, can't you? Because I don't always get things right. So let's start off when you were at school. Which school did you go to?
I went to a school in South Normandy called Frederick Dent School, and then I went to Ashfield College, where I studied media, English, and psychology. Poorly. That's why I kind of jumped ship, to be honest, because I just knew that what I was doing, it's not necessarily that I wasn't enjoying it, because I didn't mind college. It was just that I knew that the grades I was going to get were going to be the same as what everybody else was going to get. So one of my friends just said to me, well, why don't you look at getting an apprenticeship then, just like plumbing and stuff like that. But I knew that office environment was more for myself. So I did a bit of research, and I ended up on the Positive Outcomes website, and I just signed up to it and applied, and luckily I got the first job that I applied for.
Because I think, when we're studying, when we've just left school, it's that time when we're thinking, what am I going to do with myself? Am I going to find something that I really like and I really enjoy? Because you've got your whole life ahead of you, haven't you? And you've got to find something. So you've been quite proactive, really. You did actually research and find out.
Yeah, I was just, to be honest, it was whilst I was doing coursework. I was actually at the college when I signed up to do an apprenticeship. And it was just, I just knew that I wanted to get out of college really and just go and get something that was different, because I don't think, at the time definitely, I know apprenticeships have soared through the roof, but when I was doing it, it was pretty much unheard of that you could get an apprenticeship in an office environment that I knew of anyway. So I just left and joined Positive Outcomes, and then they got me a job at Assured Money Solutions, so...
Was it important for you to earn money at the time? Do you think that was a good thing to do as well?
It was, to be honest, yeah, because at the time, obviously you don't get paid to go to college. So getting a MVQ as well as getting paid, it was perfect, really, because I knew that I was, getting qualifications. Also, at the end of the week, I'd also get, something make me happy.
Okay. So, were you good at doing the things that you need to do to go to work, getting out of bed early in the morning and turning up on time? Could you tick that box already?
Luckily, yeah. It was just when I was there, I have to do quite a bit of training with people on the phones and stuff like that at work. And my director reminds me quite often how bad I was on the phones when I first started. Yeah. So I did a customer services apprenticeship, and that helped me really with the phones, and then I carried on to do more things to do with Excel.
The funny thing about phones is that we all use the phones and we're all quite relaxed on the phones, aren't we?
Yeah.
But the moment we get on the phone in a work situation and we know that somebody might be listening to us, we can't remember how to speak properly. It's just one of those funny things in life, isn't it?
Yeah, it was really. There's a few occasions where I had to apologise to clients if I'd say something wrong, but I was just polite on the phone. You just learn really. It's just experience, just trial and error.
So that's the first apprenticeship that you did.
Yep.
Just remind us what that was again.
I did customer services level 2.
That was customer services level 2.
Yeah.
So, and then you finished that, and then what did you do?
I moved on to business administration level 2, and I also completed level 3 as well.
And this was in the same firm?
Yeah, still working for Assured Money Solutions, yeah.
You see, this is what surprised me. I always thought that you applied for an apprenticeship, that it lasted a year, you did that, and then you were either taken on as an employee, or you went on and did something else. I didn't realise that you could stay in the same place and do different courses.
Yeah, well, luckily, my directors, Nick Each and Lee Dunville, they basically said to me, look, we want to keep you, but we also want you to carry on gaining the qualifications. So I carried on working at AMS whilst I was also doing the qualifications as well, so it worked out perfect for myself.
So you've been there for 3 years?
Yeah, been there for 3 years.
So you are, in effect, an employee. You know everybody there. They know you.
Yeah, it's just, as everything's developed, really, as I've progressed, I've just moved up, really, and they've just kept me on and kept me on and kept me on, and now my job title's office manager, so worked out well for me.
I say office manager. So what's next for you, Jack?
I think next on the list, I'd like to do the further MVQ in management, because I've done level 2, and I think level 3 will be next to myself, and I just keep enjoying working with Positive Outcomes and working where I am.
What do you think about? Because I'm just trying to work through that. If you'd have followed the college route or the university route, you learn a lot about theory, but not a lot about practical application. So, do you think that the practical route was the best for you?
Yeah, it was definitely. I mean, a few people have said to me that I'm kind of like, it proves you don't have to go to university to get a career, especially in finance, because a lot of people do finance courses and accounting and everything like that. But I've managed to get a job in finance without a degree, to be honest, and a lot of people wouldn't set me on when I was applying for jobs whilst I was at college because of lack of experience. Yeah. So doing an apprenticeship gave me the experience I needed, really.
Do you feel that you've missed out by not going to university, or not? It doesn't matter?
No, to be honest, because luckily a few of my friends didn't go to university, and I just think that getting the job at AMS was just perfect for me, and I don't really regret not going to university at all, to be honest.
Well, you see, you look very much like an employee. You look very smart and well turned out. So, what do you think your overall future will be?
I think my overall future would be continuing to work for AMS. I'd like to always work in finance, even if maths isn't my strong point. I think, the business I work for deals with like debt management and mortgages and wills, and I just think I'd like to learn more about what the business offers instead of just managing people like I do at the moment. We're currently doing like PPI cases, and so I'm heavily involved in reclaiming that back for people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you said that maths isn't your strong point, because maths isn't my strong point, but I have worked for a period of time doing selling tickets.
Yeah.
And I thought, I can't do this. But once you get into the process of it, once you're taught the process of it and you start doing it, it just clicks into place, doesn't it?
Yeah, it did really. There's certain occasions that it just worked out really well. Oh.
Okay. Jack would like to come in on this. Jack.
George.
George.
Something that I didn't say earlier on with you both mentioning maths there. Two of the very important parts, two of the very important strands, if you like, of an apprenticeship. It has several components. Are maths and English. And I mentioned earlier on our successes with helping people to regain confidence and get confidence at work. We've had the same success with many of our students with maths and English as well, and I mean Jack might say that yes, you say, I'm no good at maths. There is a requirement to complete maths and English.
But it's how you apply that maths. Well, I can now remember, even now at school, where they said, what does X mean? I thought, I don't really care. But if I knew that I was doing it to achieve something, then it's a different matter.
And we do everything we can to find live maths problems to solve at work as part of the apprenticeship, because as you say, if you're applying it, as far as I'm concerned, X marks the spot.
Exactly.
But if you're learning to apply it in real life, and so you girls out there learn how much X amount of discount is for when you're buying a dress for the weekend.
Oh yes.
Or Jack goes out looking for a new car. Then the maths skills are important.
Yes, of course.
And we try and use real examples like that so that you can apply maths in your life and English and understand the benefit of it all.
Okay, have you found that to be so, Jack?
Yes, definitely so. I mean, we do a lot of work with Excel, to be honest. So the course has helped me with Excel, and it's just applying things like that. I mean, the whole point of doing the business administration was to help me with my emails, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and I use those three like literally.
You're just fluent now.
Yeah, just fluent in it really.
Yeah. Do you think confidence is the key?
I think confidence helps, but I don't think it's necessarily the key. It depends what role you're in. I mean, if you're face to face with a customer, obviously you need the confidence. But it depends on what your role is, really. I mean, look, with my role, I have to be confident, and luckily, I'd say I was quite a confident person, a bit overconfident sometimes maybe. But like I say, it just depends on the role, really.
Okay, so people out there listening, young people, what would you say to them?
I think I'd say that positive outcomes and definitely going for an apprenticeship is, I've said it many times, it's the best thing I've ever done. Going out there, getting the experience, you're getting a wage as well, plus qualifications.
A wage?
Yeah, a wage as well. Because, there aren't that many jobs out there anymore, but there's plenty of apprenticeships available. So I'd advise anybody to go and get one, even over a degree, to be honest.
Okay. And George, what about age groups? Is there a particular age group?
Well, I mean, the major focus is on young people. Two groups really, 16 to 18. The government fund apprenticeships, fully fund apprenticeships for 16 to 18-year-olds, and then they further fund, to an extent, apprenticeships for 19 to 24. But in fact, apprenticeships are now available to any age. It's just that the government financially support the 16 to 24 age group.
Is that what you centre on? Do you centre on
yes,
that?
but we have learners. I think, in fact, our oldest apprentice on the books at the moment is 70-something.
Okay, I thought you were going to say 166.
No,
that's
that was
quite
last
young.
Year.
That's quite young. So there you go. You've got all the information there this morning. Just let me repeat the website. That's all the W's, positiveoutcomes.org.uk, and also you can ring this number. That's 0845 643 5566. George Bowers, Director of Positive Outcomes, and Jack Naylor. Remember that name. Remember that name. Thanks so much for coming in and joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.